Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to the Den of Tools, and today we're doing another expose. We're going to find out who is really behind the website and the app TEMU. I know we did a deep dive before. We found out who was behind Vivor. We exposed all the dirt there. Let's jump in and see what we can find out about this fast comer, because I mean, they are coming on hard. So TEMU is one of these websites that seems to sell a bit of everything. We're going to do a full dive on it. But before we do, I want to thank today's sponsor, and that is AG1. AG1 is where you get a comprehensive nutrition and gut health, like it says right there, all in one simple scoop. Let me show you what I'm talking about. AG1 is the perfect product for me in my journey to try and get healthy. Let me tell you why. I'm a guy who's always on the go. Whether it's around town, back and forth to the shop, running for supplies, running over to Bozeman, or bouncing back and forth between Montana and Nevada and all points in between, I can just grab these, throw them in the bag, and go. You just simply rip it open and dump it in a little bottle here. They give you a great little bottle that comes with it, and we just pour that right in there, get it all in there. And it's super easy. That's the thing, is I can do it on the go. I can pick up some water. I can stop by and take my bottle or my thermos. I usually have one of my other thermoses with me. Take the little cap here. Boy, this thing's heavy like a hockey puck. And the wife usually mixes these up for me, I'll be honest. And, you know, because as I said, I'm always on the go. She has these ready for me as I'm about to head out the door. And I can just grab this, throw it in my cup holder, and go. That's what I love about this, because let's be honest. As I said, I'm always on the go. And, you know, I'm eating carnivore and keto and trying to do that. And being able to drink stuff and eat stuff like this really helps. They include over 75 vitamins and minerals. And you just smell that. It smells healthy, you know. AG1 sources the best products that they can to get into here. And as I said, you know, my family, we have gluten sensitivities. We try to avoid dairy when we can, although we do eat a good bit of cheese. And we're eating keto and sometimes carnivore. We kind of bounce back and forth. And you know that this helps me with digestion. It helps get me going in the morning, and I feel more energized throughout the day. And I'll tell you what, honestly, one of the biggest benefits is I feel better knowing that I'm taking care of myself, and better yet, my family is happy. My wife and kids are happy knowing that I'm taking care of myself. And you know what? It's not half bad. If you're looking for a great, easy, simple way to add a little bit of nutrition and health to your daily diet in one simple glass, it's easy for me. I think that a lot of you should probably look into it. We'll put a link and coupon codes and stuff down below the video. Go check those out. Anyway, let's keep talking about TEMU. We got a long journey to go here to find out exactly what's going on here. So TEMU started, get this, in the US, they only started in September of 2022, not even a year ago. And they are everywhere. By the end of 22, they were the second only to Amazon as far as downloaded apps. And this year they might even beat them. Who knows? That they really came on strong in February when they got a Super Bowl ad out of nowhere. This company no one's heard of has a Super Bowl ad, and the ad actually wasn't very descriptive. It was just showing us. Some people thought they'd been hacked. Some people thought they'd switched to the wrong channel. It was kind of weird, but the fact of the matter is, it kind of worked for them. Now, TEMU is owned by a company called PDD Holdings. And if you go to their website, you will not find out much about them. Now, they recently moved their corporate capital or their corporate headquarters to Dublin, Ireland. Maybe for the food and the drink, I don't know. I think there's probably maybe another reason, because they also have tax filings and are incorporated in the Cayman Islands. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Cayman Islands and Ireland have two things in common, and that is they're often used as a safe haven for companies trying to avoid, the old taxes. So it's not unheard of. I think, however, though, they might be avoiding more than just U.S. Oversight, if you know what I'm saying there. Anyway, so PDD originally started as a parent company for owning and controlling this company, Pinduoduo, get it, PDD. And if you go to their website, it doesn't show you a lot, but it's surprising. Pinduoduo is one of the largest e-commerce sites in the world. In fact, if you look at their stock, and they're on the NASDAQ here, I think it's NASDAQ. Yeah, the NASDAQ. If you look at their stock, $71, they're going up and down. They do everything. Look at their market cap. We come here and look at their market cap. They're at $94.59 billion with a B. That, folks, is a big company. All right. That at that point, you're getting close to that 100 billion mark. Let's see here. Charles Schwab's in that area. BlackRock is in that area. Goldman Sachs, even dare I say just a little bit more, Starbucks is in that area. This is a big company. This is not some little startup that's bootstrapping their way into existence. This was a large company, a large e-commerce company in China that said, we want some of the U.S. market, and that's what they did. So you're sitting there going, okay, they're a big company, they're established, they're diversified across the globe, trying to get out of maybe some oversight, as we were saying. Maybe this is a company I can trust. Well, let me just say we should talk about some of the negatives. All right, a lot of people talk about they do send out free products. Oh my gosh, I know they send out free products. They contact me probably every 2 or 3 days. I get an email from TEMU, not just to send me free products. They have offered to pay for sponsorship. They are excited about the opportunity, as they said. I have not accepted any of these. I've had conversations because I wanted to see where they go. I've already planned to do this video. I wanted to do this before we did any kind of partnership or anything with them, even if I don't even know if I'm going to at this point. And you'll see why, but we're going to talk more about it, but just let you know, full clarity here. That's what we try to do here on the Den of Tools. But anyway, they send out a ton of free products to anybody who will give a review or do a video or anything else. They basically offered to send me anything on the website. Now, also let you know, their the Pinduoduo app was Google here kicked them off the Google store for concerns over malware. Now, I did a deep dive into this, and what I found wasn't exactly malware so much as the capability of being used as malware, or the suspicion that there might be malware. So it was kind of weird, because it wasn't like, we caught your hand in the cookie jar. It's more like we caught you looking at the cookie jar. And that's kind of like you were in the same room as the cookie jar. And that, anyway, take it for what it's worth. Do your own research on it. Now, also, there was the State Department came down and said that there are, according to analysis, that they've been using slave labor from the Chinese Uyghur population. And that is, it's holding, you have to do a deep dive into that. Do your own research on that. But again, when I looked at this, what I saw was not their hand in the cookie jar so much as, well, they could be doing it, and they're not doing anything to prove to us that they're not. And it kind of feels like there's a bunch of companies that are like, you're not paying for advertising on our pages. And so we're going to run ads or stories like this until you do. I'm hypothesizing. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm just saying from where I sit, that's kind of what some people might say it looks like. I'm not trying to defend the company. I'm not. They may be terrible people, but I've not seen a smoking gun, as it were, so much as I've seen a bunch of people who are not getting ad revenue, like, say, one of those was CBS. I don't think they had the Super Bowl, did they? Maybe they're a little miffed about that. I don't know. You make your own call. Now, a lot of people have compared them to Wish. I think that they sell better products than Wish. Wish is kind of like you order a laptop and you get a calculator kind of thing. I'm not a big fan of Wish. And then some people talk about Sheen.com. This is Sheen.com. They've got, it seems to be mostly clothing from what I've seen, but I guess they sell clothing on the other site too. Anyway, they've surpassed Shein, which was, I think, one of the top ones for Chinese to U.S. sales. Then we talked about Banggood. That's another one. They sell a lot of technology kind of stuff. And AliExpress, which of course is the quick stop shopping for Alibaba, which is a major import site. And that's what these sites all are. Unlike Viver, which we talked about before, which takes products, slaps their own name on them, and then sells them through other people's sites. Now they've recently tried to sell through their own site, but that's not how they got started. And Also, unlike Vivor, their Temu doesn't try to hide who they are. It's really easy to find this information, honestly. Anybody can sit there and with 10 minutes of Googling, you could probably figure it out, or at least get a good idea of what's going on. They're an online retailer, and I think maybe they do sell some of their own stuff, but they also sell a lot of third-party stuff. They said their main emphasis is trying to provide a way for Chinese companies to sell in the United States. And they seem to be doing a pretty good job of it, at least as far as providing that access. Now, whether they provide good products, a lot of people, if you read, there's a lot of reviews, a lot of good, a lot negative. You'll have to take it with a grain of salt, whether they're paying for those reviews. I'm not saying they are. Again, I don't want to get sued. I'm just saying that some companies do. We've seen companies on this channel. We found out about companies that have done that kind of stuff. So always we look at everything and kind of go, yeah, but are you really? Anyway, so they sell a lot of different stuff. They have a lot of different categories. Here we go. Jewelry and accessory, women's Curve Plus, women's clothing, tools and home improvement, lingerie and lounge, musical, patio, smart home, automotive. Let's take a look at some of them. They also have like lightning deals, kind of like Amazon does. Here's the lightning deals that are going on right now. If you wanted to buy something right now, what the heck is that? It's almost sold out. Whatever that is. And this is some sort of bite guard thing. I don't know. Honestly, I'd go through these sites and half the time I'm like, what is this? I kind of like the corner water feeder thing, gets the dog bowl stuff out of the way. This is eyebrow trimmer. That's probably something my wife would say that I should get. Let's take a look at, we're a tool channel. Let's take a look at some of the tools that they have here. Well, this is housewares. You can buy yourself a skeletonized turtle that is, vacuum, other stuff. I saw that, like the Jesus there. Lots of kitchen stuff there. Anyway, as I said, let's take a look at some of the tools that they have. And one of the things that they got the U.S. State Department called them out for not just who makes the stuff, but also a lot of times selling stuff that is copying or infringing on trademarks or infringing on, particularly on patents. So keep an eye out for that. A screw bolt storage thing. That is interesting. We got augers, paintbrush holders. You're going to find a lot of the really kooky stuff on here. Stuff, look at this. A one-hand, it's about the size of a drill, and it's allegedly a welding machine. Vinyl that makes your countertop look like granite. A routing table. This thing looks like it's a knockoff of something from, Woodpecker. Some of it's interesting stuff, the wire, like the Sasquatch thing, definitely something nobody needs. Anyway, if there's something on here you want to go through and you're just like, hey, Bear, we need to see more of that, figure it out. Let me know. Maybe I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll order it. That's the thing is they said I could order anything I wanted. Let's see what the most expensive thing they have on here. Come on, let's see here. Highest price item. Highest price in here is $322 for this toolbox. It's funny, somebody actually contacted me and asked me if I wanted to review that toolbox. I turned them down. We got endoscopes in here, titanium solder pot. Oh, because I do so much titanium soldering. I might do that. Anyway, it's not any big items. It's a lot of this weird and wild kind of stuff, like this light. What is that even doing in the tool section? Anyway, they have other stuff as well. Here's some of the electronics. They've got knockoff drones. They've got speakers, headsets, binoculars, all sorts of mostly cheap. Like, let's see what the most expensive thing they have here in electronics. I mean, there can be some expensive electronic stuff, right? They got to have like high-end laptops or something like that. No, we got a Nintendo Switch. I already got a Nintendo Switch. Don't need one of those. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about. Like these are clearly Carhartt caps. I probably have one of these somewhere. $5. That's a sweet deal on a Carhartt cap. Are these really Carhartt? I don't know. Are they knockoffs? Are they seconds? Are they buying, same companies making them in China for Carhartt and they're just taking them and reselling? I don't know, but $5 for a Carhartt cap, that's not a bad deal. Basically what I got to say is, at the end of the day, it's really up to you whether you want to order from a site like this. I'm definitely not of a mind to recommend them. We try to keep our recommendations to stuff like Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, maybe Menards, large retailers or e-tailers here in the United States. We even are hesitant to talk to recommend purchasing from eBay. We do from time to time because you generally have some good coverage from eBay. I don't know what kind of any coverage you would have ordering from TEMU. All I would say is this: make sure you use a credit card that has a really good protection on it. That's going to make sure you get back anything that might go wrong. And at the end of the day, I gotta say thank you to our sponsor, AG1 Greens. Those things are fantastic. I mean, I'll be honest. It's some people, we did a big taste test with some friends. Some people might find it an acquired taste. I thought it was all right. And, being a bigger guy who's trying to, as I get older, trying to get more healthy, trying to, stay around longer and stuff like that. This is a quick and easy way to add a little bit of that into my diet that consists mostly of steak and, bacon and stuff like that. So for those of us who are trying to do better, this is a great little shortcut. Be sure to check them out. Again, we got links and such down below. Go check those out too. That's all we got for you today. If there's any other companies or something you want us to do a deep dive in, find out who they are, and what the real story is, let me know. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.